Hello, my name's John Herbert. I've written a manuscript on Dartmoor. It's about ley lines on the landscape of Dartmoor. I do believe it's the only comprehensive study of its type, and I'll explain why later. But what's a ley line, you're probably saying? Who's he? Well, this slide shows you the discoverer of ley lines. He rediscovered them 100 years ago, Alfred Watkins. He wrote this book. The slide shows you the book, but this is the first edition. I have various books of his, I think most of them anyway. So, still doesn't answer what is a ley line. This slide shows you Google's answers. It's easy to obtain these, but it doesn't cover my reasons and explanations. In my opinion, ley lines are very straight alignments over the landscape that connect together antique sites, old sites, prehistoric sites, and high points across the country. Dartmoor is a very large area. It's the largest area unspoilt in southern England. One has to go north to the Yorkshire Moors, to the Peak District, to get anything higher and larger and unspoilt. So it's an ideal canvas, in my opinion, to study ley lines. It took me a long time to find it. I took 3 years to write 100 ley lines across Dartmoor. There's actually 115 validated, more of that later. Dartmoor is 364 square miles large. Okay, it's denoted by 3 roads basically. In the north, there's the A30. In the west, the A386, which is known as the Tavistock Road, runs from Oakhampton to Plymouth. In the south, there's the A38, which runs all the way down around the south and the southeast. The only non-defined by roads part of Dartmoor, if you like, is the northeast, but the River Tyne takes over for that purpose. So Dartmoor is very large, and I believe that over 50 years of examining the ley lines, that it's a good example to help me prove that they actually exist. So now you know what a ley line is. You probably did anyway if you're watching this video. What's the difference between my manuscript and Alfred Watkins' book, The Old Straight Track of 100 years ago? It was published in 1925. Mine's not yet published. I've split the actual indicators, if you like, the main points on the line in 2 parts: main indicators and secondary indicators. And I've done this for purpose of validation to prove they actually exist, so that we can take away the mathematical supposition that there are chances. There's a chance of 4 lines being a coincidence. Of course, 4 things in a line, it can be a coincidence. 5 is pretty difficult. It's pretty much 250, 500 to 1 maybe. 6 points in a line, validated, I've yet to find. I found 2 or 3 5-pointers, which are natural points in alignment on Dartmoor. So my standard starts at 6. Now what are the indicators? I've split Alfred Watkins' indicators into 2 parts: main and secondary. This slide shows you the 2 types. You can read it, pause it, read it for yourself. Validation. This slide shows you my scoring method for validation to make these ley lines accurate and consistently perfect. They are exactly straight. It's taken me 3 years to gather 115 validated lines. Now, the bottom of the slide shows you there's 12 lines out of 112 that have 6+ indicators. And you can see for yourself, There's 49, 7, 36, 8 pluses, 8 9 pluses, and 7 10 pluses. I ask you, what are the odds of 10 perfect prehistoric sites being aligned by coincidence? Million to one, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. Those out there should please let me know what they think. This slide shows you an example of Bear Down Man, right in the middle of the highest part of Dartmoor. It's on Devil's Tor. The next slide shows you the alignment. It runs from the north to the south. From the north, Oaky Tor is the first indicator. Black Hill is in alignment. Cut Hill is not. The heights below that are. Then it hits Bear Down Man, which is the previous slide. Bear Down Man is a menhir. It's a beautiful stone. It's the highest one on Dartmoor. It's on Devil's Tor. Well named, I think. Then the line goes through Princetown and onto the southern side of the excellent map. It goes through Princetown's church and then through Down Tor. It hits the highest point of Gutter Tor, and then it runs out of the map. But if you continue and extend, as I've done on a few of Dartmoor's ley lines, it's easy to do so when you have an overlap on the map. It then goes through the castle at Plimpton, Elburton Church, a path which is amazingly still online, called the Elm Plim Trail, and then beautifully ends in the church near Blackstone Rocks, and Blackstone itself is an indicator of a ley. The next example is of Nuns Cross. It's also known as Seawards Cross. As you can see from the slide with the lines, it goes from Oakhampton to Harford. I've actually walked part of this from Harford going north. So it doesn't matter which way you look at it. But this is going from the south. Harford Church is in line. Then Langcombe Hill, Nuns Cross. This is a ley centre. There's at least 4, probably 5 validated ley lines going through this. There's 4 in my manuscript. So it's a ley centre. And yet, it's not a menhir. It's an ancient cross. The early Christians replaced menhirs because they weren't pleased with what they call pagan symbols. A shame, I know. And even this has been vandalized, as you can see, probably in the Reformation. But this is ancient. In the Saxons, probably. I don't know. Yes, it's still on the right place. It's in situ. And there's 4, at least, validated ley lines running through it. From there, it continues north through South Hennessy Tor. You can see for yourself Black Dun Hill, Chat Tor, Great Links, Sultan. That's probably the final destination point, just south of Oakhampton. So that's nearly the end of our video. I have done other work and expect to continue this video with a second video. My other work on ley lines includes, as you can see from this slide, a set of ley centres of the southwest of England, 5 volumes. The 5th one is still a work in progress. I've got trouble, I think, lots of problems, trying to assert validated ley lines through Avebury and Stonehenge. There's so many lines going through these 2 biggest centres of all. And I've also started another book, which will take me years to finish, I think, on the crossroads of England. That's a completely different subject. So thank you very much for viewing this video. Part 2 is now available. If you've liked it, please do the normal, ring the bell or whatever you do. Thank you very much. Bye.